Okay, first part of the episode. Remember these notes, okay? Dylan's doing a Diva Talks impersonation. Jaden gets an awesome Carter Grayson moment. And, let's see. Lauren gets an... It's a good introduction, but they're gonna mess it up later in the episode. I just know it. I just know they're gonna mess it up. And Mia's watching Jaden for no reason, and the letters still in Japanese! So, yeah, that's the first commercial break. Be sure to watch this, and then after the second commercial break, I'll tell you what I need next. And, well, this is just from me. Why am I talking to myself? Just so I can remember what happened. It's easier. Let's see. First it was Jaden with the Japanese letter. Then Dayu comes back and they introduce the fire person who sounds like Diva Talks. Then the Nylok attacks, and then they hurt Jaden, but it doesn't hurt anyone else. And Lauren comes because Jaden's injured, but he gets that awesome moment where he's going back and he shoots the gun, and it's something Carter Grayson would have done. It's Carter Grayson or Casey. Casey's awesome too. And yeah. And then the Rangers try to take her on with the Megazord, but they can't affect her. They can't hit her. And then Lauren comes. Kimberly Crossman looks good, by the way. Well, we're not gonna. We're not gonna. Oh, big time blooper! Okay. Okay. So I think the episode's coming on back right now. So yeah, and then Kimberly Crossman looks good. Then she takes on. Okay. Okay. Second commercial break. The Lauren defeats the Nylok. Go, go, Red Ranger. And then Lauren reveals herself to the rest of the Rangers after they tried to take Jaden back to the Sheba house because Jaden's injured a lot. Let's see. G tells them how Lauren had to hide to perfect the ceiling symbol. That was the whole story on that. And Jaden had to lie to them so everyone would think he was the only Red Ranger. And then Lauren and Jaden talk about how they can be a family, but Jaden knows they can't because he has to leave because the other Rangers trust him too much. And if they trust him and he's not the Ranger, then they're gonna make mistakes regarding protecting Lauren since she's the one who can actually stop Xandrid. And while I'm doing this like an actual review, this is just a note. Okay, okay, yeah, so, and that's basically all that happened, although the episode got good. Okay, the episode got good. It's the moments that don't make Power Rangers what it is that are good, even if they're ripped directly from the Sentai. Although I don't think so, since in the Sentai wasn't Jaden and Lauren's characters not related, and she adopted him at the end of the series or something like that. I don't really know. But on this one, they're related and they can't be a family. And she's crying. She still looks good, but she's crying. And I don't like to watch girls cry because it's really sad. And so Jaden's gonna leave. And that's all I got notes so far. And yeah. Okay, final note. Let's see. Starts off with the Rangers welcoming Lauren, and then I'm confused. Okay, did Jaden want his leaving to be a secret? Because he just sort of the first part, the part before that made it seem like he didn't want the others to know he left and just leave, but then he walks out right in the middle of a party they have, and then all that stuff, and all the Rangers are sad about him leaving, and and really great Jemily moment. Although there's a lot of Gia and the stuff. But yeah, he's the one who made Emily fight better, and well, Antonio does have a point. I was sort of calling this the entire time. He's just like Jaden's just talking about how they're samurai rangers, and so they shouldn't follow him. They should stay with his sister since she's a thing. And I'm just like, Antonio's not a samurai. Antonio's not a samurai. He just created all this stuff because his best friend was a samurai and all that. So yeah, okay. And Antonio leaves. Okay, so now I'm gonna go rewatch all the notes and do my review. Okay, let's see. Power Rangers Super Samurai, episode whatever. Fight fire with fire. I gotta say, when I saw the YouTube channel that Power Rangers Samurai has upload a clip from this episode yesterday, um, I got sort of worried because I thought I missed it first, and then second, I got angry because even if I didn't miss it and they still hadn't aired it, they were gonna show how they were gonna upload every clip they usually upload, like the morphine, the final scene, all that type of stuff. In fact, they're probably uploading those right now since the episode just finished airing, and that's what they usually do once the episode finishes airing on the East Coast and Central Coast. They they do that. They upload to the YouTube channel, which is really inconsiderate for West Coast people, unless the TV. I don't know. My TV has Nick and Nick too, so I get both East Coast and West Coast, and I don't know if it actually airs at a different time, like not like different time, like different time zone. I mean different time, like it's actually a few hours later that the West Coast sees it. That's why I always upload my videos because I'm not sure. If any of you know and actually want to tell me, it'd be great. So, anyways, yeah, and then I saw the clip that they showed. It's the first scene in the episode. And I had a bad feeling about this episode. Why? Well, because, for one, I guess Mia was just gonna walk outside, but she just starts watching, and for no reason. And then she sees Daisuke and G, at least I think that's Daisuke, it's supposed to be him, I think. And with a letter, and then Jaden opens the letter, and the letter's in Japanese. Why is the letter in Japanese? I mean, I know the show takes place in Japan. I know this season takes place in Japan. They established that with that exterior shot. I think. I think it's supposed to be Japan because it doesn't look like America. Granted, I don't really know my geography that well. I mean, since my high school teachers aren't really the best, but what are you gonna do? Geography's not that hard a class to teach, though. Okay, whatever. But let's see. There's the whole. Then you, you could have just had the letter with 2 words written on it. Would have had the same effect. Just get the letter, and all it says is it's time. You could just have it say it's time, and it would be fine. I mean, granted, if it did that, I'd make a Kick-Assia joke, but whatever. Um, because it's time. I did it anyways. I don't care. But let's see. But that would have made it understandable to the audience what's going on without giving away everything. Because I'm pretty sure if you're Japanese and you read that letter, you probably could pause it and read the whole letter and spoil the episode for yourself before you move on, I guess. Unless it's total gibberish. Or maybe all those Japanese letters all just spell out, it's time. Wouldn't that be funny? No. No, it wouldn't. But, whatever. And then the Nylog comes out and it has a... At first I thought it was a Rita Repulsa impression because I'm like, this sounds familiar. At first I thought it was Rita Repulsa, But then I kept listening and it's like, no, that's not Rita. It's a Divatox impression. The person, I don't know if they're doing this on purpose or by complete accident, but it sounds like they're doing a Divatox impression. They're trying to impersonate Divatox. It really makes no sense. I mean, it can't believe it. And then let's see. And I think that's when the credits happen. Or maybe the credits already happened. Yeah, the credits already happened. And then the credits happened before the Nylox showed up. And Octor just had to say, we fight fire with fire. How many of these is it now that the title has been dropped in the episode? I'm pretty sure it's not that much. I don't think I don't really know if they said it in any. This is like one of the only episodes of Samurai that they've actually said the title in the episode. Maybe a crack in the world, like he's making a crack in the world, and it's like, okay, yeah, fight fire with fire. It just seemed really forced. It's like, and we're gonna fight fire with fire. Did you get that from the episode title, or did the episode title come from the line? Since was original in Japanese, I don't know if that's what the Japanese line meant. Probably is, but whatever. And then let's see. And what else? Then the Nylock attacks, and the park looks like it's in. Oh wait, it is in Japan. That's why it looks like it's in Japan, because it is in Japan. A Japan full of white people. Because Power Rangers. Even though Mia's license technically says it's an area of Puerto Rico with a zip code that doesn't exist. So we have Japan. Mia's from Puerto Rico, but she's the only Asian on the team. And so, what? Yeah, Power Rangers geography is really confusing. It's almost as confusing as their timeline. Especially since I think we're like in what, the 5th timeline since the series began? Maybe more? Because let's see, well wait, I'm doing a review of Samurai, I'll do that late. Try to figure out the timeline later. Okay, so then oh what? They fight and then Jaden keeps getting hit and it only affects him. The other Rangers don't really seem to get hurt that bad by the attacks. The villain does, since the villain's strength is directly tied to the Red Ranger, or the head of the Shiba clan, which when it said that, even though I already knew Lauren was there, since if you saw my other video if you saw my History of Power Rangers video that I did a little while ago, it has Lauren in there, because really, I don't really care about spoilers unless I actually really want to see it. And the point I saw Lauren was when I was at my lowest point in Power Rangers history, and I just couldn't go on anymore, and so yeah, it was after Trading Places. Anyways, then there's the whole, then Jaden gets an awesome moment where he shoots the Bullzooka, but he's demorphing, and because he got hit, and he's flying back, and he shoots the gun, and it fires, and does bullet time, which bullet times was overdone, but since it's been a while since something's overdone bullet time in a while, it sort of looked cool, just like, fire, flying back. Then he lands, and he's hurt, and he can't really do anything, and I thought that was an awesome moment. That's like one of the only moments I liked from the first part of the episode. The rest of the episode's actually really good. It just, when you get to the monster fighting, that it's Power Rangers just loses me. Unless there's actual stakes in hand, like I said in some of my other reviews. Unless there's stakes in hand at the monster fighting, which this one, the monster fighting took place at the beginning of the episode, so. But Jaden, oh yeah, the villain used Ember. Jaden got burned. Jaden Jaden took damage from burn. Jaden used oh, what's that energy beam move called? Uh, I'm trying to think of it. I don't. What is it? Let me search it up. I probably should have done this before, but Jaden used Oh yeah, Jaden used Hyper Beam, and I didn't have to search that up. I just remembered it right now when I was going to search it up. Jaden used Hyper Beam. It's super effective. Yeah, I didn't catch the Nilok's name. I think it's like Fiera or something like that. Fire, Fire ya. I don't know. It's super effective. Fair faints. Nilok throws out. Bigger Fiera! Or whatever her name was. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. I sort of ruined it because I had to look up Hyper Beam. Since I forgot what Hyper Beam was called. But that happens all the time. It happens all the time. You have something that you know by heart, but then when it comes time to tell someone else, you forget it. That always happens to me. Let's see, what else is there? Yeah. So I really liked it when Jaden used Hyper Beam, and that was really cool. And then the other Rangers get in the Megazord and attack the giant Nilok, and it keeps evading their attacks. And then Lauren make I don't. It's better than most Ranger introductions, but it's not one of the best. I mean, really, it's probably the best introduction this season since Antonio was introduced by walking on a beach. Although if you want to go with when he actually first became a ranger, it'd be a little later with all that stuff. And the other rangers were all introduced in the Team Unites, and since that was the third episode, they didn't really get an introduction. Really. If you want to go by origins, they didn't really get that good in one, so Lauren got the best introduction for Samurai, and it's one of the better ones for the show, actually. I really liked it. Because you see her, and it's obviously a girl talking, and you're just like, yes! They finally have a girl Red Ranger who's not evil! Yeah! And then, yeah, I know, SPD got him beat by having an American Girl Ranger. And but and this one's actually from the Sentai. But whatever, I don't care. The Sentai Japan's even less likely to have a girl Red Ranger than America is. Since they have all the they have those thoughts of Japanese thoughts about women and stuff. I don't know. I don't really know much about Japan. I do know a lot about samurai from Japan since we had to study the social order for Japan, and there was a lot to do about samurai that I'll get to talking to at a later video. Just gotta finish writing the script for it since it's actually a scripted video. And let's see, then Lauren comes in and she defeats the Nilok all by herself. Yep. Mm-hmm. Does the typical new Ranger move. Takes out the villain the other Rangers are having trouble with all by themselves. But then they'll need the other Rangers in later battles against villains that aren't as powerful. Funny, isn't it? So, yeah, and then let's see, Lauren, and then Lauren reveals herself to the other Rangers as they try to take Jaden to the Sheba house, and I knew they were gonna go with the big sister. I didn't know exactly how she and Jaden were gonna be there, but I'm just guessing. Big sister, big sister, older sister, older sister. In fact, I wrote a story back when everyone thought she was gonna be called Megan, that she was the older sister. I've seen a lot of people think they were gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend or something like that. I'm just like, what? Why? Huh? And then there was one that had him husband and wife, and I'm just like, that is weird. I guess it was childhood marriage thing with the samurai and stuff like that. It was weird. But I always had them as brother and sister. I'm just like, okay, she's the older sister. It's sort of like Emily and Serena, really. Which further backs up my Jemily beliefs, since they have that in common. They aren't supposed to be the real Ranger, but they had to be anyways. Oh, I dropped that. Oh well. Let's see. And, then, huh. Yeah, she reveals that to them. They all go to the Sheba house. G tells the story about how when Master Xander was attacking the last time, their dad put all their faith in the fact that Lauren needs to master the sealing symbol, but Jaden needs to fight off the Nylok because so she can have more time to practice the sealing symbol. And if and all that stuff because he hoped that Master Xander wouldn't come back, but just in case he failed or something like that. So yeah, and then Lauren takes care of Jaden, who's hurt, and probably the best scene in the episode is the scene where they're just talking. It's even better than the scene afterwards where he talks to all the other Rangers. It's just the two of them talking because he's hurt. And it really is a really good scene. One of the best scenes I've seen from Power Rangers. I really like it when Power Rangers does, even if it was copied from the Sentai, although I don't think it was. Most of the dialogue wasn't anyways, but I really like it when Power Rangers does these sort of dramatic things. I mean, really, that's why In Space is one of my favorites. It's probably my favorite season of all Power Rangers because they went into dramatic they went into dramatic stuff and they talked about stuff, and there was even that one episode where the kid would died and his sister and him had a promise that they would get a moon rock, and Carlos felt bad about it and stuff, and just, like that. It's weird when Power. It's weird when the best scene from Power Rangers episode doesn't seem like it should be in a Power Rangers episode, but it is, and it's really good. I like it. So I like the last two-thirds of this episode. Yeah, I really like it a lot. It's the first third that brings it down. Usually it's the last third, but I guess it's just wherever the fighting actually takes place, unless the stakes are actually high. But well, Jaden was getting burned every turn, so there were stakes in that. I sort of cared about that since, yeah, huh, yeah. I, it was just all the other stuff in the first part that I didn't really like that much. But hey, you know. And then let's see. Yeah, Lauren. Oh yeah, Lauren, played by Kimberly Crossman, who you may have heard of, maybe not. I I heard of her before this, but never really saw anything. Like I saw some people, like I hear some people went onto some message boards and they were talking about her, and it wasn't a Power Rangers message board. It was IMDb for something. I can't remember what now. It was a little while ago, but they mentioned Kimberly Crossman, and it's like, I don't know who that is, and then I search her up, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay. And, so, okay, back to the episode, anyways. Let's see, what happened after Lauren and Jaden, and Lauren was crying, and it was sad, because I can't stand it, because, as Bugs Bunny said in that one movie that nobody saw but everyone said was better than the movie that everybody saw. I hate it when a grown man cries, especially when it's a Goyle. Yeah, I have a terrible Bugs Bunny impression. I mean, it's not as good as my um, Batman, Joker, Bane, Walken, Connery. Let's see, Batman, Joker, Bane, Walken. Oh yeah, I can do 5 impressions. But yeah. I could probably do more if I tried. It's just, oh yeah, I can also do Kirk, but all Kirk is basically just walk in without the weird inflections. It's basically just straight voice, but do the same pauses you would do with walking. Anyways, okay, let's see. Then the Rangers are throwing a party for Lauren because she's there. Yay! Party! Party! And they got a cake! They got a cake! Yay! I like cake. And then Lauren comes out and she gets a hamburger and she doesn't put anything on it. I don't know if we were supposed to focus on that, but I did. She didn't put anything on the burger. She just ate it bun and meat. I don't know if that was supposed to say something about her character, but if it was, I don't know what it means, but could be important later. Huh. And Mike ate his with, he just got the burger and he held the burger like this and put the thing on and, great. There. I don't know if that's okay, good. It's not my parents. Okay. Yeah, I'm sort of alone and they're somewhere else at least. Oh, yeah. Maybe my brother. I don't know. Anyways, it stopped calling. Wait, did okay, it stopped. Okay, so let's see. Then there's the whole oh yeah, by the way, I'm DeweyFin21. Nice to meet you. I think I forgot to say that at the beginning of the video. Uh yeah. Yeah, that was stupid of me. Although if you couldn't tell who I was by the channel name, since I am DeweyFin21, channel name DeweyFin21, it's it's weird. My username's DeweyFin21, and yet I rarely talk about School of Rock. But hey, you know, guess it's just because School of Rock references haven't really come up yet. It's not like I review iCarly where I can just talk about her like she's Summer. Anyways, let's see. Then Jaden walks out in a hoodie. I swear either one of my friends has it or somebody else on a different TV show wore the hoodie type jacket or something that Jaden wears in like the last in his goodbye scene. It was really familiar, but I don't own it, and I don't know. One of my friends might or some or have something similar to it, but whatever. And then and then Jaden makes a big show of giving Lauren the morpher and all the discs and stuff, and everybody's. Although Antonio is the first to pick up on what he's doing, I sort of like that. He, he's just like it just shows them they're just like confused, and then Antonio's just like, and then he looks at Kevin, and then Kevin understands, and then the rest of them understand when he opens up the box, and then they start complaining because they like Jaden and they've learned to follow him, but then then yeah, um, yeah, J Jaden says goodbye to everyone, tells him to follow Lauren because she's going to be the leader. Everyone complains about it. They don't want him to go. They want G to make him stay, but G can't since I'm guessing for the same reason none of the other Rangers have any family with them. Maybe just because it's Jaden's choice. I think Jaden's choice was the episode where he already left. What was the episode where he left at the end of the episode? Or maybe yeah, I think Jaden's choice, he was gone, and his choice was to come back, and well, I can't remember what the episode was that he was left at the end. Or maybe it was Jaden's choice that he left. I don't really remember Early Samurai. I don't own any of those DVDs. It's just 4 episodes. I mean, really? 4 episodes? And bonus features that the YouTube channel uploaded to YouTube, and I've already seen, and I saw all of them before they took them down because they realized that's a stupid idea. Uploading things on the DVD, the things that people hadn't seen before, you know, not their smartest idea. And then let's see, there's then Jaden leaves, and I think, yeah, Jaden leaves, and then and then later that night, I don't know if I was supposed to focus on this, but nobody ate the cake. Because late at night, G was washing the dishes, and nobody ate the cake. The cake was in the background, and it was full. It was a full cake. Nobody ate it. Oh, wait, that makes sense. They're too sad about Jaden that they didn't eat the cake. Oh, but why let a good cake go to waste? Please tell me G saved the cake at least. If the next episode ends with them eating the cake, I'll be happy. I'll be happy if the next episode ends with them eating the cake with Lauren. Not Jaden or something like Jaden convinces the other Rangers to follow Lauren, which he tried to do this episode, but it didn't work. Yeah. And then all the other Rangers talking about that, and Emily says how Jaden's the reason she's got better fighter, and that she regardless gonna miss him. Although Mia did have a lot of stuff for that, but I'm a really big Jemily shipper, so I thought that was a great moment. I actually did a big yes when that happened. I was so happy, and then. Uh, uh. Okay, so then there's the whole uh then Antonio says, and then Kevin tells Mike that he can't leave since he's a samurai and he needs to follow Lauren so they can stop the Nylock, and then Antonio says that Jaden's his best friend and technically he's not a true samurai, so he leaves. And then the episode ends. So, all in all, this is a good 2/3 of an episode, maybe even 4/5 of an episode. It's just that first part, most of the first part, that I didn't care for. It's whenever Power Rangers tries to be Power Rangers that I don't like it. It's when you try something different, I like it. But when you just try to be the same, be what it started out as, but grew past, it's boring. It's really, that's all it is. And I don't think anyone from Saban or any Ranger, anybody who's even on Power Rangers Samurai will ever watch this video. Heck, I don't think I'm ever gonna watch this video again, since really, you know how some people can't stand the sound of their own voice? Yeah, I can't. It's only for certain videos that I'll rewatch. I mean, I'll rewatch my History of Power Rangers video, but that's just because I hate myself for not getting the joke across clearer, although nobody's called me out on it since barely anyone saw the video. But, yeah, the joke is that I have nothing to, the joke is that I don't even know what to say about Operation Overdrive. Like, the first time all it says is Operation Overdrive. Mostly because that title is long. I couldn't fit anything else in the tune I was going with, which is one of the Pokemon themes. It's weird I'm referencing Pokemon since I haven't even played one of the Pokemon games, seen a Pokemon movie, or a Pokemon TV show in like, yeah, I think it might have been a year or two. I don't know. Whenever my brother's DS stopped working, that's when I stopped playing Pokemon. Since he had Mystery Dungeon Darkness or something like that. But yeah, and then all that, and then in when I get to the Ranger things, it's all like I make a joke where I mess up on the Ranger's name, which was intentional. It doesn't sound intentional, but that's just because I never like it when someone makes a mistake, but it sounds like they're trying to make a mistake, because it just takes me out of it. It's just like and it's just like they're just like, and I really hope that you won't. I mean, will, and it just doesn't sound natural. It just like that's why I made it sound like I genuinely made a mistake. And then I made the joke that I don't even know the Rangers' names, so I like instead of rhyming Mac with Black, since Will is the Black Ranger, I rhymed Dax with Black, which sort of works, but not as good as Mac. And I don't know if anyone got that joke, but nobody's commented on the video, and because nobody's seen the video, which is probably a good thing since it's an acapella Pokemon thing. Although it does mention Lauren, which at the time was a spoiler, but now it's not. I even made a joke about that. It's just like Antonio and Lauren, Antonio and Lauren too, and then it goes to a thing that says spoiler alert. Some people have no clue. I don't know, something like that. Tried to rhyme it a lot. I'm not the best with rhyming. I can come up with some of them really quick. I mean, like I was really I think the first part of the thing I came up with was the first part of the Rangers. I'm just all like Jason, Zach, and Trini too. Billy, Kimberly, Tommy, new. And that one was sort of easy, but then again, two is an easy word to rhyme. I mean, and then some of them weren't really good rhymes, like Lightspeed, like Lost Galaxy title lied, Lightspeed Rescue Oversight. I sort of made it Overside. It's Oversight, but I couldn't really put the T since title lied. It doesn't rhyme with Oversight. It rhymes with Overside. And I'm still confused about some of the lyrics that I wrote. I don't even know if I said them all correctly. Like Time Force, I think it was supposed to be Time Force Villain Story Doubt. Doubt with a B. But I think it just says Time Force Villain Storied Out. Like it's storied out, like there's too much villain story or something like that. But whatever. So yeah, a great 4/5 of an episode. I suggest if you watch it, do what I do whenever rewatching an episode that I've seen before. That I know doesn't really matter if you watch it or not. Skip the villain fighting. Well, actually, for this one, can't really since the Jaden part is actually pretty good. So basically, just start the episode like I think it might be 5, 6, 7 minutes in. I don't know exactly how much, and I think it'll be good. I don't know. So yeah, Doofin21, saying bye. You know, sometimes a metal rod pretending to be a cigar is just a metal rod pretending to be a cigar. That has nothing to do with anything. I just always wanted to use that joke, but couldn't find a video to do it.